Okay guys, back with another video. Just zoned into Temple of Sheen in the COV expansion. It's a tier 2 zone. As far as I know, it is the hardest. Maybe Sleeper's Tomb is equal to or harder. I'm not sure, but tier 2. I spent some time in this zone working on the Partisan quest, I believe. Yeah, Partisan Temple of Veeshan to get the next step in the scale aug that gives you an increase in your spell damage. And there were a lot of faint deaths. There were a lot of gates. There was just a lot of lost jobbers. This is a hard zone. But you know, if you've been watching my videos or read anything I post on Reddit every now and then, been constantly saying we can do anything solo. We can take on all these mobs. Unfortunately for me, I'm still not quite max on my AA, on my focus. I still am missing a few. No, not can purchase. Excuse me. You know, I've got a lot of them max, but I'm still have a few that I use that I need to get up to 15. That will help because you've got to have serious DPS because your jobber can't hang. This is currently my maxed buff jobber. Yeah, he's got. I mean, he doesn't have everything, but he's loaded up. You can tell. I gave him some ultra rare weapons, along with the full lineup that jobbers need to be able to handle this zone. I've got a couple quest runnings. I never got around to doing the mercenary quest, so I'm going to go ahead and run over to the west wing and kill a few mobs, or I might just run up to that central area, kill a few mobs, just to show you guys that a 115 buffed from the guild hall, 314,000 hit point. Necro can solo in this zone the trash mobs. I am close to getting to my first named kill in this zone. I believe it's pronounced Ikatar. He's like a wyvern. He's not an actual dragon, but I mean, for a solo necro, being able to get a little bit of damage done on a named here is pretty impressive. So I always say I forget tribute. Not this time. This is make sure everything's up and going. I killed that mob earlier to test if it was a quest mob, or would count towards the quest. We can invis up and go anywhere in the zone, which, let me tell you, flashbacks to 20 years ago, whatever it was, that was not something I could accept easily. This zone was, I loved this zone back then. I'm going to go ahead and take on this mob. I loved this zone back then, and I did a lot of exploration in it as a rogue with my guild. But everything got you. So I'm going to hit pet attack, and I'm going to throw my pet buffs on my pet. I'm going to slowly add dots as I keep my pet alive with my merc healer. You'll see what I'm saying, because you'll watch jobber's hit points just go up and down, up and down. This is not something that you can just send your pet, start putting dots on, and just not hardly pay attention. So if I don't have a lot to say during this, it's because I'm trying to pay full attention to the game rather than giving you guys commentaries. But anyway, gonna press pet attack here and get after it. I'm going to go ahead and use Crit Robe because I need the DPS. I am just keeping an eye on Jobber. If he ducks to around 60%, I will throw a heal. I will constantly be putting Dread Shield on. I will constantly be putting Geas on. It is what I can do to help the Merc. I know I will be able to take this mob. The question is how much attention do I have to pay to Jobber to make sure I can. These mobs, some of them just throw DPS out like in burst almost. It's like they strike through or something. I don't know. Because I'm not a tank, I don't really read up on the forums all the issues that the latest mobs present to tanks. Maybe I should just to understand it a little better. But I do know that they will just blow up damage every now and then. And it is frustrating. It is extremely, extremely frustrating. Because they'll be hanging out near 100, they'll drop to 80, and then all of a sudden I casually throw on a Dread Shield, he's down to 60 all of a sudden, and I'm just like, okay, well I need assist heal to get him back to 100. It's just, it's a lot, paying a lot of attention to your path. But, as you can see, we're doing alright. We're using a lot of mana, which, again, we're taking on, in my opinion, group mobs. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe there are plenty of other solo classes that can do this, but I don't know. I don't ever see anything but groups in here. And when I do, it's usually 6. I know that's a box group. I know it's one guy playing, but it's usually 6. It's usually a cleric, a shadow knight, or a warrior. You don't see the leather classes tanking in here. Period. This is hard stuff, but we're looking fine. I'm just gonna hit Pyre one last time. But it's just keep Jobber up, because the last thing I need is a huge push at the end and just to knock him out. See, we went down to 60. But there you go. Took me half my mana. I was wasting spells, but it took me half my mana. It took I averaged 300,000, 320,000 DPS. That's not great. If I had used Twin Cast, it would have, obviously it would have basically doubled it. But Twin Cast with Spire is a much better. Well, Twin Cast and the Robes is the best, but I like to do Twin Cast and Spire, and then Robes on its own, and so then I have 2 sets of good burns. But there you go. That shows you we can take on trash mobs here in Temple of Veeshan at 115 with pretty buffed up everything, pretty buffed up pet, pretty buffed up gear, but we can do it. I'm not sure on a live server what you're going to really need to be able to come in here and solo these for XP, and there's better camps for XP simply because of the amount of mana it takes and the amount of attention it takes. But this video shows that we can solo these mobs. I'm going to go ahead and stop it now, and I'm actually going to probably gate and get out of here and think of another video. I don't want to do a video on these mercenary quests because it would take forever. I mean, killing drakes would be just like this mob. It'd take half a mana bar, then have to med and all that. So not going to record those. I'll think of something else to record here in a little bit, but wanted to get this up to show that we can take on tier 2 trash mobs with paying attention, not that difficult of a thing. So I hope this video helps somebody out. I will see you guys in the next one.